Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be worldwide. My name is Stephen Sherba with Emotional Soul Healing. And today I'm talking about the inner foundation. And we're doing a soul-guided meditation or healing meditation with this. And it's to go into the foundation inside of us. If you can imagine or think of that when, say when you have a building, an apartment building or a home, whatever it is. I got advised this many, many years ago, Stephen, please do not build your empire or your business if deep down inside if you have holes or leaks in it. And it became so relevant because over the years it eventually caught up with me. So the 5D consciousness right now, this is where we're watching globally the entire collapse of the 3D system. It's no longer, it's step by step in divine timing. It's had its run, and the 5D is emerging. So this meditation here, it's designed for the young souls, the old souls with the vibration 8 and 9, and for the master numbers with the master number vibrations, the 11-2, the 22-4, 33-6, or the 44-8. And in the new consciousness, this is for the master numbers, or the softer master numbers, say with the 10-1, the 20/2, 30/3, 40/4, etc. If you're driving, if you're under the influence, if you're operating heavy machinery, please do not listen to this, or just pull over. You can listen to this for another time. I'd like for you to simply find yourself into a comfortable position. Find yourself into a comfortable position. And simply uncrossing your hands, uncrossing your feet, closing your eyes, and taking in 3 deep breaths, please. If you can imagine in your mind's eye, visualizing having a large silver plate. And on the silver plate, I'd like you to empty out as much as possible. If there's any stress from today, any worries, if there's any financial stress, or if there's any affairs going on within the home, you have a business, self-employed, running a business, whatever the worries, whatever the tension, whatever the anxieties are, taking a few moments here and placing all this energy into this field. Or you can keep placing it onto the silver plate, or if required, bring out as many silver plates as required. And when you're ready, watching the silver plate rising higher and higher into the vastness of the universe until you no longer see it. Imagine yourself here walking through your garden, sensing and feeling the sun's warmth in your skin, and smelling the fragrance of the flowers and trees throughout your garden. Towards the edge of your garden, walking up the set of stairs up to the door, guarding your own private island. In the doorway, there's a key. Taking this key and unlocking this door, stepping into your island, closing the door behind you, locking it, and keeping the key with you. This is your home away from home. This is your private sanctuary. And no one's allowed here without your expressed permission. I'll give you a moment here. If you need to bring something into your island, whether it's your favorite couch, your favorite chair, If you enjoy having plants in your island, or being by the local beach, or being down by Hawaii, wherever it may be. I would like for you, once you're settled here, I'd like you to invoke and invite here onto your island your younger self, your younger inner child, and give me inner child here both a hug and a kiss, and thank your inner child for being here. As you gaze deep into the eyes of your inner child, behind those eyes, what do you see? Is your inner child happy? Or is your inner child feeling joyful? Or is it behind all those masks, the inner child is not happy? If there's any feelings of sadness, anger, if it's loss, or if the inner child's wondering what you're doing here, just simply acknowledging your inner child and giving your inner child here both a hug and a kiss. I'd like you to invoke and invite here onto your island your master guide and guides. These are guides here from the light, nothing but the light. And whether you see these guides or not, it doesn't matter. Just simply acknowledging and thanking your guides for being here. Your master guide is going to be showing you some movies here from your past. And I'd like for between you and your inner child, taking a moment there just to go in and review the movies. These are movies or the files that are still running within the subconscious. And these files are technically still open. By the end of this meditation, we're going to have these files closed. And they're going to be closed on your behalf and on the soul's behalf. I'd like you to find yourself into a comfortable position here. Your master guide will be showing you the files that are going to be required being seen. Enjoy your movie, and I'll be back with you here in a couple moments. For whatever the files, whatever showed up there, you have a couple options. If you like what you see, you're welcome to keep it. Or if you decide deep down inside you're choosing or setting the intention with letting it go, I'll invite you here. This is the opportunity with placing all these files and all these feelings, all these active programs, known or unknown to you, that are running within the subconscious. Your guides will be assisting you with releasing and placing all these files, all these known or unknown files, back from the trigger, back from the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, back from childhood. You can ask your guides to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings collectively, including any masks behind the masks. And you can ask your guides to have all these files and all these feelings collectively back from the inner child, from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, known or unknown to you. And again, all the masks throughout our life here, known or unknown from the past, present, and future self. Asking you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, placed into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. As you gaze deep into the eyes of your inner child, for all the files and for all the feelings coming back from the family, culture, and religion, any of the initial files, any of the initial feelings, if it was feeling shamed, shameful, it was feeling humiliated, or feeling humiliation. If there's any files or any feelings of feeling miserable, misery, despising, I'd like you to ask your guides, known or unknown to you, for all the files and for all the feelings known or unknown to you, back from the initial perception, the initial experience, the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, asking you guys to assist you with having all these collective files and collective feelings from your past, present, and future self energetically placed into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings, coming in with the feeling of guilt, or if someone made somebody else feel guilty, or feeling guilty. If it was the feeling of feeling blame, evil, or destruction, or feeling destructive. For any of the files that it was a tough time forgiving the past, holding on to things that are no longer serving, or if there's any files dealing with feeling resistance from the past, asking your guides to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, and all the associated masks, asking you guys to have the collective files and feelings from your past, present, and future self placed into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings coming back from the family, culture, and the religion, anything associated with the feelings of apathy, if it was feeling hopeless, despair, or is a sense of a feeling being there and feeling this massive void on the inside. Asking you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, back from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, known or unknown to you, and from all the collective masks associated with these files and feelings, asking to have these files and feelings from your past, present, and future self placed into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with the purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings, if it's associated with the feeling of grief, regret, there's feelings of sadness, tragedy, there's any feelings of regret, if there's anything that, if there's a grip that one's been really holding on to, I would say if there's a loss of a friend or a loss of a loved one, if there was a passing of someone within the family or of a friend, and there's a heavy loss or a heavy grief, I can ask you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, from the initial trigger, from the initial boiler point, whether it was experienced or perceived, and asking you guys to assist you with having all these masks throughout all the years worn without this, or worn throughout all the years, asking you guys to place all these files and all these feelings collectively into the field from your past, present, and future self, placing these files and feelings into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings associated with the feeling of fear, feeling frightened, frightening. If there's any feelings associated with feeling anxiety, withdrawal, anything with feeling small or punitive, and you can ask you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, back from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, known or unknown to you, everything, including all the relevant masks throughout all the years, back from the family, the culture and religion, and the environment, and asking you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings placed peacefully into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings. For all the files and for all the feelings, if there's a feeling of desire, referring to the negative side of the feeling of desire. If it was the feeling of denial, denying, disappointment, feeling discouraged. If it's one where it's a feeling where you want to feeling enslaved, trapped, or feeling stuck in a system. Or feeling stuck with no way out. I'd like you to ask you guides, with taking all these files and all these feelings, known or unknown to you, back from the family, the culture and religion, and all the collective masks worn throughout all these years, back from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, known or unknown to you, and asking you guys to place all these files and all these feelings collectively, all these cords into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings, if it's coming in from the feeling of anger, if it's coming from the feeling of aggressiveness, aggression, if it's feeling defiant, vengeful, antagonistic, or if there's a deep feeling of hate, if there's any files or feelings associated with this, let's say dealing with racism, hate, any strong religious beliefs that interfere or go against the grain with somebody else, and deep down inside having the awareness this is no longer serving me. Or let's say at a moment's there when, if there's any substance abuse required with it, just to numb out that feeling, numb out that suppression. You can ask your guides to assist you with having all these files and feelings, known or unknown to you, back from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, whether it was perceived or experienced back from a younger age, and from all the masks worn throughout all the years. Asking you guys to assist you with having all these files and all these feelings placed peacefully into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Everything back from the family, the culture and religion, from the past, present, and future self. Placing these files and feelings into the field with this, with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. For all the files and for all the feelings, coming in with the feeling of pride, or pride cometh before a fall. If it's a feeling of demand or demanding, it's a feeling of aggressiveness, the ego, pride, and stubbornness. Or if there's any files or feelings, let's say associated with there's no self-confidence, or with the pride, holding on to that pride just to cover it up because of one's own insecurities, or taking it out on somebody else. Or if it's the pride coming from the family, the culture, and the religion, I can ask you guys to assist you with having all these masks throughout all these years, known or unknown to you, from all the files and from all the feelings, back from the initial trigger, the initial boiler point, perceived or experienced, and again, known or unknown to you, asking you guys with having all these collective masks throughout all these years, everything back from the family, the culture and religion, and from the environment, from all this year. And you can ask you guys to assist with having all these collective files and all these collective feelings placed into the field with peace, compassion, universal love and grace. Taking a deep breath, please. Hold it. And with a purifying exhale, breathe it all out. I'd like for you, between you and the inner child, to take a few moments there and talk amongst each other, or asking yourself, what else here, say if I had 3 weeks to live, what else could I place into the field? If you had 3 weeks to live, what else energetically would you place into the field? Take a few moments here between you and the inner child and discuss with what just came up for today. And I'll be back with you here in a few moments. I'd like you to give your inner child here both a hug and a kiss. And with your inner child and with all of your guides here, on the top of your crown, you're going to feel a lotus bud. And you're going to be invoking and inviting from the universe a pillar of white light coming from the Creator. And as it touches the top of your crown, it's going to touch the top of your crown with your inner child and with all of your guides here that are on your island. Allow yourself being filled in with a pillar of this divine light. It's not your own light, it's a pillar of light from the Creator, and there is an abundance of this light. Take a few moments here and can allow yourself with being completely filled in with the light. If there's anything on the inside, if there's any stress, if there's any worries, if there's any anxiety, if there's anything on the inside or deep down inside, like I'd like to let it go, just channel this white light there, and whatever's there, allow the energy to be neutralized. And on your own time, in your own accord, taking in another deep breath. And with a purifying exhale, I'd like for you to breathe it all out. Keep filling yourself in with the light here. Keep filling yourself in with the light, and again, there's an abundance of this white light from the universe. If there's anyone throughout your day, and if you're feeling this energy there, you can always ask the universe on your behalf to assist you. You can ask the universe to send light to that person. This way it allows you to focus on where you need to be going, and the universe can assist you along your way with this. Keep filling yourself in with the white light and sending it outside of your theoretical being. And sending this white light throughout your home, throughout the living room, the kitchen, through the bathroom. If it's on the main floor, the lower basement, or on the secondary and third floor. And filling your home within this white light. And sending this white light several kilometers or several miles away from your home in all directions. Keep sending out as much light as required here. You can ask your guides with being embodied with the strong pillar of universal love, universal joy, universal peace, and a pillar of universal bliss. Ask your guides to have this energy embodied into your physical being. Thanking the universe for the light. I'd like you to give your inner child here both a hug and a kiss. Thanking the inner child for being here for today. Thanking the universe, thanking your guides. Saying goodbye to everyone. And when you're ready, walking back to the door, guarding your island. Taking out your key and unlocking this door. Walking out from your island, closing the door behind you, locking it, and keeping the key with you. Walking back down the set of stairs, back out into your garden. And throughout your garden, picking up a flower or two. And gently moving your hands and feet. Opening your eyes, taking in 2 or 3 deep breaths, and welcome back. I would welcome and encourage you to have a couple glasses of water. If you're feeling tired, go have a nap, or in your own time, go have an earlier night's rest. So until next time, be kind with yourself, treat each other well, have an awesome day.